Homeless individuals curled up on cold pavements, mothers sacrificing their own meals to keep their children fed, elderly citizens scavenging through garbage for recyclables. These might sound like scenes from struggling nations. Yet, this is the reality in Germany, one of the wealthiest countries on the planet. Shockingly, 1 in 6 people in this prosperous nation lives below the poverty line. Today, the Shin takes you on an eye-opening journey to reveal a hidden side of Germany, a reality far removed from the country's polished image. Prepare to challenge your perceptions. Exploring Germany's geography and intriguing facts. Nestled in the heart of Central Europe, Germany is a country whose geography has profoundly shaped its role in history and trade. It shares borders with 9 neighboring countries: Denmark to the north, Poland and the Czech Republic to the east, Austria and Switzerland to the south, and France, Luxembourg, Belgium, and the Netherlands to the west. This central position has made Germany a crucial crossroads for commerce and cultural exchange, with an extensive transportation network that connects it seamlessly to Europe's major cities. The northern part of the country is characterized by sprawling flatlands and fertile fields, making it a hub for agriculture. It's also home to key ports like Hamburg, which serves as a vital gateway to the North Sea and a bustling center for international trade. In contrast, the southern landscape is dominated by the breathtaking Bavarian Alps, attracting nature lovers and adventurers to iconic destinations like Garmisch-Partenkirchen and the serene beauty of Lake Königssee. Between these two regions lies the enchanting Black Forest, shrouded in legends and rich in folklore, along with lush valleys that have inspired countless tales. Germany's rivers, such as the Rhine and the Danube, have long been lifelines for trade and cultural interactions, shaping the nation's development through the centuries. The country's climate brings distinct seasonal charm. Winters transform the Alps into a snowy paradise for skiing enthusiasts. Spring awakens the countryside with vibrant blooms and greenery. Summers come alive with outdoor events and iconic celebrations like Oktoberfest. And in autumn, the landscape dazzles with golden hues, creating picturesque scenes straight out of a storybook. With its diverse landscapes, rich history, and central location, Germany is a fascinating tapestry of natural beauty and cultural heritage that continues to captivate visitors from around the world. Germany's global reputation. Germany stands out on the world stage for its unwavering commitment to precision, quality, and cutting-edge innovation, particularly in the automotive industry. Iconic brands such as BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, and Porsche have set global benchmarks for excellence. Beyond automobiles, Germany is a trailblazer in technology, with companies like Siemens and Bosch driving advancements in fields such as renewable energy and robotics. The country's education system is equally impressive, especially in engineering and the sciences, with institutions like the Technical University of Munich and Heidelberg University consistently ranked among the world's finest. Germany's healthcare system is highly efficient, and its social market economy ensures a strong quality of life for the majority of its citizens. Culturally, the nation has left an indelible mark on the world, with great minds like Immanuel Kant, Ludwig van Beethoven, and Johann Sebastian Bach influencing philosophy, music, and the arts. Today, Germany continues to be a vibrant hub of modern creativity while preserving its rich traditions. Its famous beer culture and iconic celebrations like Oktoberfest attract millions from across the globe. However, despite its achievements, Germany grapples with pressing challenges: growing social inequalities, immigration integration, housing shortages, and balancing industrial growth with environmental sustainability remain critical issues. Addressing these challenges will be key to shaping Germany's future on both the national and global fronts. Germany's journey through history, a tale of transformation and resilience. Germany's journey through the 20th century is one of profound change and resilience. The nation endured monumental upheavals, including the rise of the Nazi regime, the devastation of 2 world wars, and a harsh division during the Cold War. Following World War II, Germany split into 2 distinct states: West Germany, which embraced democratic reforms and aligned with Western powers, and East Germany, which fell under Soviet influence and socialist rule. West Germany flourished during the Wirtschaftswunder, or economic miracle, driven by American aid and progressive internal policies, transforming the nation into an industrial powerhouse. Meanwhile, East Germany struggled under political repression and a stagnant economy. The Berlin Wall became a stark symbol of this division. physically and ideologically separating the capitalist West from the communist East. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 marked a pivotal moment in history, sparking the reunification of Germany, yet the road to unity was far from smooth. Economic disparities between the East and West created challenges, and many East Germans faced difficulties adapting to the new system, feeling left behind in the process. Today, Germany stands as Europe's leading economic force and a central figure in global trade and the European Union. However, the country grapples with rising political divisions fueled by debates on immigration, national identity, and its evolving role in Europe. Social issues such as poverty, homelessness, and an aging population add further complexity to the nation's journey. Despite these challenges, Germany continues to be a beacon of resilience and adaptation. It strives to build a future where prosperity is shared, achieved by all citizens, proving that transformation is an ongoing process shaped by both its people and its history. The hidden struggle, poverty in Germany. While Germany is often seen as a beacon of wealth and prosperity, poverty remains a hidden challenge, particularly in the context of the country's high living standards. In Germany, poverty is often understood not in terms of lacking basic necessities, but as relative poverty, meaning that individuals or families may not have enough income to sustain the lifestyle enjoyed by the majority of the population, despite having their basic needs met. For instance, individuals earning less than $1,500 per month, or families of four with incomes below $2,400 fall below the poverty line. While such figures might appear significant elsewhere, in Germany's high-cost economy, they barely cover the essentials. Basic needs like secure housing, nutritious food, and heating during the cold winters become major struggles. An estimated 1 in 6 Germans lives in relative poverty, battling to meet these fundamental requirements. Over the past few years, the situation has worsened as rising living costs, particularly in food, energy, and housing, have pushed more people into poverty. The ongoing inflation, exacerbated by the energy crisis and the war in Ukraine, has further strained household budgets, creating a growing divide. In response, the number of people relying on food donations or social welfare programs has surged, nearly doubling from around 1 million to over 2 million. With the cost of living continuing to rise, an increasing number of Germans find themselves on the brink of financial collapse, underscoring the widening economic gap in one of the wealthiest nations in the world. Where poverty hits hardest, the housing nightmare. In Germany, poverty doesn't always look like the slums of the developing world. Instead, it often manifests in neglected neighborhoods characterized by low rents, aging buildings, and a high concentration of low-income residents. These areas, known as problem zones or social hotspots, are socially stigmatized and are often referred to as Brennpunkte. Though not slums in the traditional sense, these neighborhoods grapple with high crime rates, often linked to drug trafficking, and suffer from a lack of economic opportunities. The buildings, while structurally sound and offering basic amenities, are overshadowed by the palpable poverty within these areas. Unemployment, low wages, and social exclusion define life in these parts of the country. Historical divides between former East and West Germany continue to play a significant role in housing inequality. Regions such as the Ruhr Basin and neighborhoods in Bremerhaven still contend with high unemployment and stagnation long after reunification. While wealthier areas have seen growth, these disadvantaged neighborhoods remain trapped in a cycle of limited job prospects and low incomes, with residents often feeling a deep sense of hopelessness. Despite the relatively decent physical condition of the buildings, these neighborhoods resemble social ghettos, isolated, stigmatized, and with few opportunities for upward mobility. Even more troubling, homelessness remains a growing issue. Many people are left to survive on the streets or in temporary shelters. The housing crisis, coupled with rising rents and a lack of affordable options, is deepening social inequality, keeping many trapped in a cycle of poverty and marginalization. Homelessness, an invisible crisis. Homelessness is a growing crisis in Germany, with around 650,000 people living without stable housing. While the issue often goes unnoticed by tourists, cities like Berlin, renowned for their modern charm, have seen a disturbing rise in homelessness. People can be found sleeping in train stations on park benches or digging through trash bins for recyclable bottles, making the problem visible in the city's public spaces. Berlin has earned the grim title of Germany's homeless capital. Although shelters and temporary housing exist, many homeless individuals hesitate to seek help. Distrust in the system, negative past experiences, or struggles with mental health and addiction often prevent them from reaching out for assistance. The root causes of homelessness are complex, ranging from rising rents and unemployment to insufficient mental health and addiction services. Despite Germany's robust social safety net, it is still inadequate to address the full extent of the issue, especially as affordable housing becomes scarcer. To effectively combat homelessness, Germany must adopt a dual approach: immediate interventions like emergency shelters and long-term strategies. These should include expanding affordable housing, enhancing mental health services, and creating robust support systems to help individuals reintegrate into society. Only by addressing the multifaceted causes of homelessness can Germany hope to reduce the growing number of citizens living without stable homes. Who suffers most from discrimination and poverty? Germany, a country that struggles with racism and prejudice, faces a harsh reality where discrimination often intertwines with poverty. People of foreign origin are at a significantly higher risk of falling into poverty compared to native Germans. Research reveals that individuals with Turkish or Arab names often face discrimination in the job market, with identical resumes receiving fewer interview invitations. While only 5% of Germans without a migrant background living full-time in the workforce fall below the poverty line, this number climbs to nearly 20% among Black, Muslim, or Asian citizens. This overt xenophobia makes it more difficult for them to access well-paying jobs or fair wages. Refugees from war-torn countries like Syria and Afghanistan face even greater hurdles. Without language skills and with qualifications that aren't recognized in Germany, many are pushed into low-wage jobs or unemployment. For example, the poverty rate among Muslim men can reach as high as 33%. This vicious cycle of language barriers, prejudice, and exclusion from the job market keeps many trapped in poverty. However, this issue is not limited to immigrants alone. In Germany, around 14 million people, or roughly 1 in 6, are classified as poor, including native Germans. Once thriving cities now struggle with rising living costs, job insecurity, and decreased purchasing power, affecting even those born and raised in the country. Single mothers, for instance, face overwhelming challenges in balancing work with childcare, especially without family support or access to affordable daycare, often resulting in low-paying jobs. Pensioners are another vulnerable group. Estimates from the Berman Foundation predict that by 2036, around 20% of retirees will live in poverty. It's not uncommon to see elderly people searching through trash for returnable bottles to supplement their income. The situation is even worse for women who have worked part-time throughout their lives and now receive pensions that barely cover basic expenses. Even students who rely on state financial aid are struggling as the maximum assistance is below the poverty threshold, making the academic year a difficult challenge. In conclusion, poverty in Germany doesn't only affect immigrants or minorities, it also impacts elderly people, single mothers, students, and even entire families of native Germans. Public policies, a limited safety net. Germany's welfare system, regarded as one of the most comprehensive in the world, aims to provide financial assistance through programs like Bürgergeld, which replaced the controversial Hartz IV system. This program offers basic financial support, with single adults receiving around $500 per month, and a family of 4 potentially receiving up to $1,000. However, these amounts fall far short of what is needed to maintain a decent standard of living in today's economy. A single person, for example, requires at least $100 per month to cover basic living expenses. For families, the costs of housing, food, and energy can easily surpass the benefits provided. As the cost of living continues to rise, driven by soaring energy prices, higher rents, and inflation, many find that government assistance is insufficient to maintain financial stability. While the system prevents people from falling into extreme poverty, it does little to provide a clear path for upward mobility. Many individuals receiving welfare benefits find themselves stuck in a cycle of dependency, unable to escape financial insecurity or achieve economic independence. The problem is especially pronounced in urban areas like Berlin, Munich, and Hamburg, where the high cost of living makes even modest living conditions unaffordable for those relying on welfare. Despite being a crucial safety net, the government's social welfare system is increasingly under strain. Without systemic reforms to address these gaps, millions of Germans will continue to face uncertain futures. While Germany's well-established welfare system offers basic support, it fails to provide long-term solutions to the deep economic challenges facing the country's most vulnerable citizens. An uncertain future in the fight against poverty. Germany's economy is under growing pressure, driven by global inflation, the ongoing energy crisis, and the war in Ukraine. These factors have exacerbated an already fragile economic situation, contributing to the shrinking of the middle class and pushing more Germans into poverty. Historically, Germany's social welfare system was a point of national pride, a safety net for citizens. However, the current challenges have exposed weaknesses in this system, with many questioning whether it can continue to provide adequate support without jeopardizing the country's overall economic health. The rising cost of living has made it increasingly difficult for the government to balance its social commitments with the need to maintain economic competitiveness. A growing number of Germans, once considered securely middle class, are now struggling to keep up with rising rent and utility bills, leaving them with little room to save or invest in their future. Experts warn that unless comprehensive structural changes are made, poverty in Germany could continue to rise, even affecting those who were once financially stable. The political landscape is also contributing to the problem. Ongoing debates about immigration, national identity, and the role of the welfare state have polarized German society, making it challenging to reach a consensus on how best to tackle poverty. The cost of living crisis remains a central issue, and political instability only complicates efforts to implement effective reforms. Without a clear, cohesive strategy, the gap between the wealthy and the poor could continue to widen, leading to a more fragmented and unequal society. Germany's future in the fight against poverty will depend on its ability to make significant changes to social policies. The country must ensure that its safety net supports not only the most vulnerable, but also offers pathways for individuals to escape poverty and fully participate in the economy. Without these critical reforms, Germany risks eroding its middle class, deepening social divides, and facing an uncertain future for many of its citizens. And with that, we conclude our journey today, uncovering the hidden realities of Germany, a country that often conceals struggles far beyond the glow of its prosperity. What surprised you most about Germany's unseen poverty? Was it the harsh truth of its problem areas, the growing number of homeless individuals, or the deep-rooted impact of racism and social inequality? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Share your perspective on this lesser-known side of Germany.